Good day, my friends. Let's learn something new today. Great, guys. Let's look at our objectives for this lesson over here. Righto, our objective is the first one. And that is, by the end of this presentation or lesson, you will be able to, here it comes, define currency exchange. You'll know what is currency exchange, why people do it, how to do it, and how to calculate it. More important, identify factors that influence exchange rates, calculate currency conversions using a simple formula. Alright, we'll look into that as we go along. Choose the best methods for exchanging money while traveling. This topic here is covered a lot more in the podcast that I had made. It's on my channel. You can have a look over there and you'll find out a lot more about where to exchange money and how you can do it. Great, let's look what is currency exchange. Righto, let's look at it. What is it? Why do people do it? Right? The definition of it, of course, is exchanging one currency for another currency. But why would you want to change your money for another currency? Why is it important? Yeah, boy, this is interesting. One is for traveling abroad. People that want to go on holiday somewhere, or you want to go and look at some other country. International trade. Yes, that is very important, guys, because no country can exist without international trade. You've got to have international trade, and the more you have, the better. Investing in foreign markets. Yes, this is very interesting, guys. And like I've said, you know, you get something what they call forex trading. Maybe is where you can sit down and you can, if you know what you are doing, you can make a lot of money doing it. That's just buying and selling money all day. There's many people doing it for a living. It can work. Good. Let's have a look at all the different currency symbols and names that you get. Also nicknames that currencies have got. Yeah, you can see we've got a table, right? The US dollar is for United States. It's called the dollar, and the nickname is buck. You'll hear a lot of guys will be talking about green bucks and so much, etc. How many bucks have you got? The euro, and that's for all euro member countries like France, Germany, most countries in Europe in any case. It's called the euro, and the nickname is fiber. Then of course we've got the JPY, which is the Japanese yen. The currency's name is yen, and the nickname is also yen. We've got the GBP, and that is for Great Britain, right? It's actually Great Britain pounds, right? Because it's Great Britain pounds, and the nickname is cable. And that's how we can carry on all the way down. You'll see every currency has got its value that it's working in, and of course the nickname of it, right? And now, as you can see, there are many countries that are using the name dollar. That is why, guys, it is very important that when you're talking about dollar, to specify which dollar you're talking about. You've got the US dollar, you've got the Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, Zimbabwean dollar. There's so many different dollar currencies there, or countries that are using the dollar as their name of the currency they use. But luckily the nickname, as you can see, all differ. Aussie, Kiwi, Loni. It's very easy then to distinguish which currency you are talking about. Great, man, this is wonderful. Let's have a look at the exchange rates. The definition of exchange rate, that is the value of one currency compared to another, right? You'll see a lot of times countries play little games with the exchange rates, like for instance, if they have to make a payment, they will increase the value of their money, so they have to pay less in their value. And normally when they must receive money, they'll decrease the rate again, so they can receive a lot more. Those little games, that political games they play with you. Factors that affect the exchange rates, economic conditions. This here is very, very true, guys. Remember a long time ago when I was still trading the forex markets, the first Friday of every month, the non-farm payrolls, which is actually the unemployment figures of America, come out. And normally when that happens, you could see the exchange rate of the American dollar increasing or decreasing at one terrible rate. Interest rates, of course, political stability, right? This is very important as well, guys. If the country is not politically stable, the currency will be very, very weak. And also the interest rates can make a big influence on the strength of your currency. And now we are getting to the main part of this lesson, and that is calculating exchange rates. Let's have a look at it, right? And here I've drawn a table directly from a forex broker. It's people that exchange money. And like I said to you, if you're a forex trader, you'll be looking at these type of things, the charts and this kind of thing the whole day. You can see bid and ask. In other words, if the money broker is buying money by you, this is the rate that he'll be paying you. And if you are buying money, exchanging money, you say you want to buy euros, you'll be paying $1.043 because this is euro dollar. So for 1 euro, you'll be paying $1.0439. And if you are selling your euros, you'll only be getting 1.436 euros. And the difference between the bid and the ask, that is the profit that the broker will be making on your currency. Let's look at it further. Right, here's a little story, a real life scenario. Peter is going from France to New York and wants to exchange 500 euros into USD. Let's see. Right, that's example number 1, and we're using the bank rate. Guys, because the bank rate and normally a money broker's rate will be very different from each other. The bank has normally got the best rate for you. This is all covered in the podcast video I made about the currency exchange. The bank will be selling USD at a rate of 1.0439. That's what I said to you. That's what they're asking. That's the selling rate for 1 euro. So changing euro to USD, that's what we're actually busy doing. So how many dollars will he receive? Let's work it out. USD equals us with euro multiplied by the ask rate. Ask rate is the selling price, right? That's how easy this one is. That's the simple formula how to calculate when you are busy buying. If you are selling it, you'll see in the next video. So 500 euros is going to give him 500 times the rate, the exchange rate, which they are selling the euros at. So he'll be getting $521.95 dollars for his euros. Guys, I don't know if you multiply this, you'll be getting a lot more zeros, but we normally, because it's currency, it's money, we will only go up to the second decimal. Right, so here it is. He will receive $521.95 for his 500 euros. Okay, so Peter had a great time in New York. And let's see what happens when he comes back from New York. Right, as I say over here, Peter returns from New York and has $150 left over, which he wants to exchange back into euros again. Oh boy. So this is example number 2. Once again, we're using the bank rates, guys. The bank will be buying USD at a rate of 1.0436 per for every dollar, for every euro, sorry, right? Every dollar, man, what I'm talking. Righto. So anyhow, we're going to be using, because it's buying it back, we're going to be using the bid rate. Righto. So this time, because we are going from dollar to euro, we are going to be dividing the amount of dollars you've got by the rate. Let's have a look at it. So how many euros will he receive? As you can see here, euro will be dollar divided by the bid rate. The bid rate equals the buying price, the price at which the bank or the institution will be buying your dollars by you. So let's have a look at it. So it's $150 divided by the rate the bank or the institution is offering you, and you'll be getting $143 euros, 0.73 euros back for the $150. So there you've got it. He will receive 143.73 euros for his $150. Once again, guys, because it is currency, we only work up to the second decimal. Right, guys, now that you know how to do it, this time around, it is time for you to calculate something. Let's have a go and look at something, right? John is going from London to New York and wants to exchange 500 pounds to USD. Wow. This time we'll be looking at the British pound, Great Britain pounds. Righto. Example number 2. Once again, guys, we're using the bank rate or the interbank rate, put it this way. So the bank will be selling USD at a rate of, you must fill in the rate over here, and we are changing pounds to USD. So how many dollars will he receive? Here it is, the formula how to do it. And of course, you can just fill it in over there and calculate it out and give us the correct answer. And so you can fill it all. So I think at this point of time, guys, please pause the video, do your calculations, and once you have done it, we will have a look and see if you have done it correctly.
Hey, you must pause the video.
Okay, it is time for us to have a look at your solution, of course, right? And yeah, we've got it all. What's coming up? Oh. Righto, we're going to be checking the solution over here. And let's just see of example 2. Oh, the bank rate once again. Okay. Firstly, here it comes. And we will be using the asking price, because don't forget the bank is selling, right? And that is the selling price. So that is the price that they will be charging us. So how many dollars will he receive? So there's 500 because he's taking 500 pounds multiplied by the rate. So he'll be receiving $628.45 for his 500 pounds. Righto, guys, and that was our, so like I said, pause the video and maybe check your work, see if you've got any errors. If you've got errors, guys, please watch the video again and try and correct it. It's important because you never know, one day you might want to travel somewhere, and now you know. I know you can go on Google, you can just type it in on Google, and Google will work you out an exchange rate immediately. That is all covered in the podcast that I made.
Pause the video and check your solution.
Okay, now we've got so far, and once again we're going to be calculating something. We've got using the bank rates again, and of course John returns from New York and has $150 left, which he wants to exchange back to pounds once again. So let's go through the whole episode. This will be example number 3. As I said, we're using the bank rate. So the bank will be buying USD at a rate of, by this time you should be able to know which one. You fill it in over there. So how many pounds will he receive? Right, then yeah, with the formula, how to calculate it. Fill in the amount and divide it and get the correct answer over there, and of course the correct answer over here. Now at this stage, once again, I think pause the video, do your calculations, and in the next slide we'll be checking to see if you have done it correctly.
Hey, you must pause the video.
Okay, now that you have solved it, let's have a look at the solution, of course. Once again, the bank rates, righto. And let's have a look at it. Where is it? Okay, yes, coming. So, the whole story once again, I don't know why it's showing it again, but anyhow, it's there. Right, let's have a look at it. Example number 3, using the bank rate. And of course, the bank rate that we'll be using, of course, is the bid one, right? Because they are buying the dollars back by us, and they are selling pounds, right? So how many pounds will he receive? Very good question. There is the formula once again. There you've got it. We're going to use that rate that we had over there in over here. We're just going to divide it, and he'll only be getting 119 pounds. So he will receive 119 pounds and 37 pence, right? Because it's not cents, it's pounds and pence. So he will be receiving 119 pounds and 37 pence for his $150. You can't believe it that there was a stage when there were $2 to £1. So you can see how the fluctuation of currencies can work and how much it can affect your currency. Righto.
Pause the video and check your solution.
Great, guys. The last one here on our lesson for today is where to exchange money. Now this topic is covered in much more detail in the podcast. Righto, you've got many options. Of course, the first one is banks. Now guys, to me this is the safest one to do and maybe the best place to change your money. I normally do it by a bank. It's just much safer and I get the best rate you can possibly get. Then you've got, of course, currency exchange bureaus. These guys here are also quite safe normally, but of course the rate that you'll be paying is much higher than at the bank. Then of course ATMs. Now ATM, if you're going to be drawing with your card, don't forget you'll be getting the same rate of the exchange rate, but also you've got fees that you have to pay here because you're using ATM. And also guys, I only use an ATM that's located by a bank. Don't use an ATM that's located by a shop or in a mall one side or something like that, because many times those ATMs have been tampered with and you could find yourself losing all your money and even your card or whatever the case might be. I prefer using an ATM that's located right by a bank or just outside the bank, which means it's part of the bank. It's much safer. Really guys, when you're abroad, be very, very careful. And of course online platforms like Wise is the first one I can think of. The exchange rates there are a little bit higher and of course a little bit time consuming sometimes, but lately of course with crypto, I use crypto very heavily lately to change money from one place to another place. It's instant and it's very, very cheap to do it via crypto. To me, crypto is the way to go. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have learned something by this lesson.